Hi, great student. So in this lesson, we are going to cover income statement. So income statement is basically for term 3 and for term 4 when you write your examination. So please make sure that you stay tuned, watch until the end so that you will be able to learn how to deal with income statement. It's very simple. I'm going to simplify it for you. Okay, let's look at this question paper that we have. So it's one of the previous question paper which was written in September. Okay, they say that it's question 1 and it's 60 marks. Imagine 60 marks for financial statement. So basically income statement is 43 marks. What we are going to do is 43 marks. So already if you manage to get everything in income statement, guys, you already pass your test. So let's start. A sole trader, income statement and notes. Use the following information of agri traders for the financial year ending 28 February 2019 and the business is owned by Kolani Maduna. Okay, so our financial year, guys, is ending 28 February 2019. Remember, financial year must have 12 months. We are preparing for 12 months. So if our year is ending February 2019, which means that it started 1 March 2018 last year. It started 1 March 2018 last year and end 28 February. So when we said a reporting period, guys, it doesn't mean that it's gonna every time start January and up to December. No, you can start your business around June, which means that your year end is going to be the following year around June, the time that you started your business, because it must be 12 months in overall. It started 1 March and 28 February, which means that the coming year is starting 1 March on the next day after 28 February. On the next day is 1 March 2019. It's starting another year. So everything that we are going to record under income statement, it must be for this period and it must be for 12 months. Okay, let's start. Then we have 1.1, prepare the income statement for the year end 28 February 2019, 43 marks. That's what we are going to do. Then they give us pre-adjustment trial balance. Okay, and the most amount that we are going to use, guys, is from nominal account section, because nominal account section it has been credited for what? For income statement. Okay, even though we're gonna pick some of the amount under balance sheet, but not exactly as it is, but to assist us to calculate something like interest. Okay, so let's look at the nominal account section. We have a debit side and credit side. Obviously, when we talk about debit side, think about expenditure or a loss. Credit side, think about income, like sales is on the credit, and the other one we have a rent income on the credit, because it's income. Income is always on the credit side. Okay, let's start with the first part of sales minus cost of sales, and it gives us gross profit. Okay, a sales amount that we have is 1.7 million. The first things, guys, you open a bracket and you take your amount of 1,792,840. There is no way that they can just give you a sales and you just record it as it is here. No, you are going to first subtract debtors allowance. Why is debtors allowance? Because those goods, they were returned by the customer. They are no longer part of sales. If you give someone a good, and that person that said, I am going to pay you, but after a few minutes, that person returned that thing and said, I'm no longer going to pay you, which means that it's no longer sales, that thing. You have to subtract it, because it's no longer going to pay you because they return your goods. Okay, and then if you check debtors allowance that we have is 21,840. Then now we can close and calculate the total. Then the total is 1,771,000. Guys, there is a 3 marks here. 1, 1, 1. Just like that. Very simple. Just like that. But guys, sometimes you will find that there is something that was returned and is on the transaction. But in this question paper that we are doing now, it's not there. So let's not waste the time. Check other videos so that you can check a transaction that you can also subtract here. You can find that there is more than two balances here. Okay, then cost of sales is not affected, which means that we're just gonna subtract the amount that we have, which is 840,000, and sales minus cost of sales is give us gross profit. This one minus this one is going to give us amount of 931,000, just like that. Okay, now let's proceed. The next one, we have other operating income. Okay, here I have to create a space before operating expenses. I have to create income space. Okay, we have other income. Okay, the income that we had in this case, we have a commission income, and we also have rent income. Okay, this is what we have. Okay guys, listen very, very carefully. Remember, we can't be able to show two pages at the same time this side. So what I'm going to do, we are going to do a first simple part for all transaction. Then after that, we're gonna do adjustment. Okay, now this is what we are going to do, and there is a max for free for this. Okay, if you check, we already drafted our income and expenses. These are the expenses. Okay, if you check, we have a, let's go to nominal account section. We have a commission income and rent income. So what you need to do, you must open a bracket for every income that you have before you read the transaction. Okay, for commission income, we have amount, is just copying and paste guys, it's 30,620, and for rent income is 66,800. Okay, so guys, there is a max for this, that just to copy from trial balance and paste it here. Then after that, we go to transaction and read. After read, it's either we're gonna plus or minus, or we just take it as it is in the total side. Okay, now let's go to expenses. Expenses, number one, we have salaries and wages, insurance, bad debts. All of them expenses are on the debit side. Okay, depreciation was given in this case. Salaries and wages, guys, we're gonna open a bracket and write 187,000. We open brackets for insurance and said 25,000. Bad debts 17,600. Stationery, we have a 28,640. Telephone, we have 42,900. Bank charge, we have 22,800. Packing material, we have 40,000. Advertising, we have 11,208. Okay, then trading stock deficit and loss due to fire, we're gonna do them separate. Then we also have a fixed deposit. Okay, we have interest income under fixed deposit of 1,600. Okay, these two we're gonna do them last because we have to go back to balance sheet section. Okay, but I'm going to show you later on. Okay, now let's go to transaction part. A transaction part, we are going to read additional information number 1 up to 8, adjusting them one by one. Okay, let's start by adjusting The first one, received a first and final dividend of 40 cents in the rent from the insolvency estate of Pakati, a debtor who owned amount of 1,600. The remainder must be written off. No entry have made as yet. Ne? In other words, in this case, guys, they want us to write off a bad debt. This person was owing us 1,600. Okay, this person was owing us 1,600, and from that 1,600, they say that he managed to pay only 40%. 40 cents is the same as 40% in calculation, which means that the 60% he failed to pay, which means that we must write it off as a what? As a bad debt. When we write off amount as a bad debt, okay, this is what we do. Because he paid 40%, which means that 60% must be written off. 60% of 1,600 must be written off. So if you do this calculation, we are going to get amount of 960. Where is bad debt? We check bad debt here and say we add another 960 that has been written off, and we close it. Okay, we're gonna get 18,560, just like that. Okay, this person, bad debt simple means that we have a bad in a debt of the customer. Customer didn't pay us, and now we are give up in that this person is no longer going to pay us. That's why it's an expense. Okay, moving to the next one. The telephone account for February 2019 amount of 1,830 was still outstanding. So this amount of telephone, we have to add it because it's outstanding. I'm gonna explain again. Why are we adding it? Remember, the principal said we must record for full 12 months whether it has been paid or not. It must be recorded. As long as it's 12 months, is acceptable under income statement. If they record 13 months, you must subtract 1 month so that you will left with 12. If they recorded 10 months, you must add another 2 months so that it make 12. It must be always 12. That's what they're saying. So any transaction that they said outstanding, go and edit, just like that. Okay, then if you calculate, you're gonna go to 44,708. 44,708. Okay, we are applying the rule of matching concept. Matching concept under the GAAP principle. This principle said all incomes and expenses must be recorded for that period of the year that we are doing, which is 12 months. Okay, make sure that you master that principle, because whatever that we are doing is matching concept. Okay, even this one that we add is because it has been written off within this reporting period that we are doing. That's why we are adding it. It belongs to this year. The next one, a rent for March 2019 has been received. Before we even go forward to this transaction, they receive amount for March 2019, and our year is ending February. They receive for March, the following month. That amount must be subtracted. It's for rent. It must be subtracted. Now the question is, how much are we going to subtract? It does not belong here because it's March. It's for next year. It must be recorded next year. Okay, it's like income received in advance. Okay, they say that the rent was increased by 600 per month with effect from January. They said from January up to March there was increase of 600. So it's 600 for January, 600 from February, and 600 for March. If you add these two, it's 1,200 plus 600 is going to give you 1,800. This was increased. So in order for us to calculate it simple, this is what we need to do. The rent was 66,800. We must first subtract this increase so that we can divide it by 13. Why 13? Because they paid for 13 months. Okay, if you subtract, let me calculate here. If you said 66,800 minus those increase first, so that we can get before increase, you're gonna get here, you're gonna get 65,000 and divide by 13. It's gonna give you 5,000. 5,000 is monthly rent before increase. Because we are subtracting the month of March, which already included the increase, we must say 5,000 plus that increase of 600, and it's gonna give you 5,600, just like that. Okay, minus 5,600. Then there was a 2 marks allocation for this one because it was a bit trick for grade 10 student. Okay, and you're gonna get 61,200. Okay, because commission income, there was no any other income or adjustment, is gonna be recorded as a receipt, is 30,600. Then other income in total, we can calculate it as a 91,820. Okay, let's proceed. Now we are going to transaction number 4. The loan statement received reflects the following. We have a balance at the beginning, we owe 300,000, and we make a payment of 92,000. Interest is not given, they want us to calculate, and the balance at the end is 234. So what do we do in this case? It's very simple. You take 300,000 and you minus the rest. 300,000, okay, let me show it here. 300,000 minus 92,400 minus 234,600. Then if you minus this, you're gonna get the interest on loan, because they say provide interest on loan, which must be recorded as interest expense. If you do that, you're gonna get 27,000 of interest. You must write it with brackets because interest expense is the reduced net profit. Okay, then the next one, insurance included. Insurance include an amount of 1,920 paid for period of 1 January 2019 to 30 June. Okay, they said inside the insurance amount there was a portion of 1,920, of which was paid for period of January up to June 2019. Remember, our year must cut off on February, which means that there was a month that was paid in advance. The only month that belong to this period, it was January and February. From March up to June, it does not belong here. March up to June, I think it's gonna be how many months? In total, this month are 6. January to June is 6 months. Then now, we want to split. We want to take out those months that does not belong here. It's how many months? It's gonna be 4, because it's from March up to June. It's 4. Those 2 months, we don't have to subtract them. They belong here because they are still within this period. Okay, if you do this calculation, you will find that under insurance, we are going to subtract amount of 1,208 because this is advance payment, so it must be subtracted. It does not belong to this reporting period, it belongs to next year. It's 23,720. Very simple stuff. Then the next one, provide outstanding interest on fixed deposit. Outstanding interest on fixed deposit. Okay, if you check, they already recorded interest income here. of 1,600. But they want us to do what? To provide the outstanding. How do we get outstanding? Very simple. Interest, this is how it was supposed to be calculated. The interest is 8% per annum, and the amount is 48,000 of interest on fixed deposit. Okay, it is 48,000, which was supposed to be calculated by 8%, and the answer is it was supposed to give you 3,840. This is what it was supposed to be recorded, 3,840. But they recorded 1,600. When they said provide outstanding, you must find what are you going to add here. This one minus this one is gonna give you 2,240. Then it's gonna give you outstanding. 1 mark here and 1 mark here, just like that. Very simple stuff. Okay, now moving to the next one. There was a fire in the business on 20 February 2019 and merchandise was damaged. The insurance company has agreed to pay only 80% on the claim as goods was underinsured. Their settlement check was 12,800 and will be received during March 2019, which means that there is no compensation that we need to record here, because it's going to be received March next year. So we don't record it, it's for next year. No entry has been made. So now, because the damage happened in February, we must record what? A damage here. Okay, now this is going to affect loss due to fire and the trading stock deficit. Okay, let's start by loss due to fire. Loss due to fire, it can be calculated in this way. Remember, let me show calculation. Remember, they say that 12,800 is damage of 80% that we receive. So those people, they pay us only 80%, which means that our loss is how much? It's 20%. We are looking for 20% of loss out of, this is not total, they only paid 80%. So if you do this, you're gonna get straight answer exactly that what we are looking for. It's gonna give you a amount of 3,840. 3,840. This calculation can be shown here. Multiply by 20 out of 8. Guys, be very, very careful. It's not always the case where you just said 20%, 80 over 100, 10 over 100. No, read translation and understand, because this is kind of trick that they are testing mostly when I check the question papers. Okay, you use the formula, what you want on top and what you have on the bottom. What you have, you must be very careful with it so that you get the correct answer. Okay, now this transaction is also going to affect trading stock deficit. Okay, but when you calculate a trading stock deficit, guys, that's where you start. You must start with the balance that you have on your balance sheet section, which is trading stock of 88,000. 88,000 on the balance. We just copy it on the trial balance. Then after that, you go to the last one, stock on hand, number 8. A trading stock on hand that we have, it was 71,000, and minus a total loss. A total loss, so guys, it's not 12,800 and it's not this one. It's the total loss that incurred. Okay, this is how we're going to calculate it. A total loss is 100%. 12,800 multiplied by, we are looking for 100%. Total loss. What they paid and the damage that we left with. Over what we have, which is 80%. If you do this calculation, let me calculate. because on the answer that I have, they just write the final answer. 12,800 multiplied by 100 over 8. We're gonna get 16,000. So if you do this calculation, I believe that is going to give you 1,000. Okay, that's how you calculate it. This needs some more practice, so that you will be able to know what kind of trigger that you are going to deal with when you write your test. So before we proceed, guys, please make sure that you join our online extra classes so that you can learn with other students. So for term 3 and term 4, we increase the class. We no longer attend once a week. Now we are going to attend twice a week at a cost of only 100 Rand per month. So make sure that you communicate with your parents so that they can be able to know that there are some classes that you want to attend online, so that you will be able to learn with other students. When we do a live classes, you will be able to discuss with us on WhatsApp and so on and so on, and get some question papers and solutions just like that. So we have another tutors that are going to assist you as well, so that if you have maybe a homework and you want to ask something, you will be able to do that on WhatsApp if you are part of our extra class. Okay, and also guys, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, so that when I post the video, immediately you are going to be notified that there is a new question that has been posted for grade 10. And this channel is also going to help you when you go to grade 11, grade 12, and the university, or any other institution that you are going to attend accounting, because we do accounting for all levels in this channel. And also guys, if you don't want to join those extra classes, make sure that you click a join button, so that you can watch other extra videos that we posted for membership. I think it's only 9 Rand 99, or the other one is 19 Rand 99 per month to watch full videos. If you check this video, we only do income statement. There is other extra video that we did balance sheet and other thing. So make sure that you join, so that you can also learn. Okay, now moving forward, moving to the next one. And also guys, a study guide for grade 10 student is now out. Okay, so if you want a soft copy is only 100 Rand. When we said a soft copy, guys, this is a PDF that we can also share to you on WhatsApp or on email. Then you're gonna read it like a soft copy, like a paper that is inside the cell phone. It's not a hard copy, because I saw on the previous term some people, they were asking what is soft copy, what is hard copy. Hard copy is a textbook that you can hold it with using your own hand. So for that one, because we have to print out, make a delivery, of course it's gonna cost. So for hard copy, a textbook is only 300. This is for hard copy. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are in Cape Town, Limpopo, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, we can deliver through a PEP. You just text us on WhatsApp, make a payment, so that we can be able to book your delivery. Okay, now moving forward to the next one. Let's finish up the part that we left with. So because we already do that, we already covered this one. I think we left with only packing material. Packing material, if you check transaction number 8, we have 950. So on hand, it's always subtracted like this 71,000. So we're gonna subtract amount of 9,500, and we close the case. No, it's 950, and it's gonna give us 39 and 50. Okay, this one does not have transaction, 22,800, and advertising, no transaction, 11,280, and stationery, no transaction, is 28,640, and the other one, salaries, no transaction, is gonna be like this, 187,000. Okay, I think we recorded all of them. Make sure that you verify the calculation on your side, guys, because you can see I'm no longer calculating here. I'm just taking what I have drafted out. It can happen that instead of writing this 11,000 here, after picking material, I write it below. So, but the most important is to understand the principle, not to identify the mistake. Like there is other video that I did. I think I did a mistake. Instead of recording this 23,000 straight to here, because I don't even have a ruler, I recorded below here. I saw some comment. So guys, you have to make sure that you verify those calculations, because teachers, they also do mistakes. Okay, so but all the principles that I was doing here, they are very correct. I don't do mistake when it comes to principle. Only a figures, or maybe when we left some zeros, yes, that's what we can do, but the principle is always on the right track, no error. Okay, now let's calculate operating profit. Okay, in order for you to calculate operating profit, you must take other income, you subtract expenses. Total expenses, we have total expenses, we have 1,555,660. Okay, you take income minus expenses, then you're gonna get operating profit of 467,160. Okay, then after that you add with interest income, then you're gonna get profit before interest expense, which is 471,000. Then after that you subtract interest expenses, then you're gonna get your net profit of 344,000. That's how we do it, guys. So make sure that you subscribe and like this video, share with friends, guys, so that they can also learn like you who are learning this accounting just like this. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Goodbye.